A big show is coming to Vancouver, full of Vancouver talent. It's called For the Love of It. We talked about it last year around this time.
We sure did.
Just before it was coming up. Carla Catherwood is one of the producers of the big show, and she's back in studio to talk about this year's big show. And remind us again what it's all about and what you guys are trying to showcase.
Well, our slogan is create, educate, and pay it forward. So the creating part is the performance. So you're going to see the quality of performance, let me tell you, is something, not only from the youth, but of course from the professionals. These are all people that you've seen touring with artists, in music videos, in movies.
Really? Okay,
Yeah,
so some of them are pros. Would some of them be sort of up and coming as well, or trying to break into the business?
Well, what we did last year, and we've been doing for the last 4 years before this, we've had one professional show and one youth show. But with the Olympics coming, we're all overwhelmed. We all have a lot of work coming up. So we decided to combine them, and we called them For the Love of It Inspiration. So we've got both the youth and the professionals performing together. Okay. And not only that, but what I am really enjoying this year is the fact that we have youth that are going to be co-hosting with our professionals as well.
Okay, so what does that mean for them then?
It's just, it gives them, there's 3 youth that we've picked, and it's just a chance for them to just put themselves out there. And they've actually, one of the youth came up to me and said, hey, next year I'd like to host the youth show. And I was like, you know what, that's not a bad idea. So he came in, did a little audition for me, and it just grew from there. So
combining the youth with the adults into one show this year, does that give the youth maybe a little more of a professional experience, I guess?
Absolutely.
More incentive?
Absolutely. The casting session this year was really tight. We obviously had to cut it in half. So, so the ones that are in it are definitely really something special.
And one of the things they get out of it is working with the pros and also being able to attend workshops with the pros as well.
Absolutely. We have free workshops that are open to the public, so anyone can come. They're completely open. They're between 12 p.m. and 5 p.m.
So you don't have to be performing?
Nope. Nope. If you are an aspiring artist, if you are an aspiring entertainer and you want to learn how to, say, get a record deal or get your song on the radio or learn audition etiquette for dance, I'll be doing an audition etiquette class for dance, because that's something that...
That's your thing?
You know, well, not only, I'm a dancer, so, but it's something that, you know, our generation was never really briefed on.
Right.
You just kind of had the blinders and were sent in, and that's about it.
You learn by doing.
Yeah.
Some big names who are going to be taking part. Jessie Farrell.
Jessie Farrell, yes. She's a very good friend of mine, and I asked her, I was like, would you mind coming down and
good to have
sharing your
like
experience?
That.
Yeah, I've been working with her since before she even got her record deal, and she's just such a beautiful person and really talented. And I've seen her develop from, you know, just being that girl that wants that, you know, has that dream and wants to really push forward to being who she is today. So who better to share that than Jessie, right?
Right, sort of living the dream.
Yeah.
Now, do you incorporate, you know, as technology continues to progress and people are able to put their stuff on the internet, they're able to make their own videos, put them on YouTube and things like that. Is that something that's incorporated into the workshops? How to use the new technology?
Not yet, but you know what? That's a really good idea. That's a really good idea.
Got one for you.
Some social media, absolutely, and I have the connections to do that as well. So who knows? Maybe that'll be a last-minute workshop popped in there. Not only that, but we're actually, Debbie Catherwood, who's my mother, who is also the co-producer of this event, is also doing accounting and bookkeeping 101 for performers, which
good idea.
We are not taught anything, and you go from like being an artist to like, oh, I'm only making this much, to all of a sudden 1 year, 10 years later, and
you got to take care of yourself because you're your own employer, right? Pretty much.
Absolutely, you're self-employed.
Okay, thanks so much for coming in today. For the Love of It Inspiration is happening Sunday, January 17th at the Michael J. Fox Theatre in Burnaby. And the workshops are that same day then, Carla?
The exact same day, yes.
Noon to 5, and that is free. And you can get more information at fortheloveofit.com. For the Love of It with a U.com.